Hi, I'm Rory from Powerballs.com, and today I want to give you a quick short tutorial on how to open the 250Hz Powerball model. We've been selling this ball for the last number of years. We also sell 280Hz models, we sell metal models, but this one in particular has been very popular. It comes in a variety of different shell colors and rotor colors, different names, model names, but it's a 250Hz model that we're talking about here today. It's very useful to be able to open the ball because you can open it to service it, to change spare parts if you have some new parts, to clean the ball out, to free a trap cord. And generally, as I say, we recommend that our customers open the balls maybe once every month. Just give them a quick clean and a service. So without further ado, let's get down to it. Okay, so let's start by taking off the grip band. Let's put that to one side. Now, there are two little screws here. You have one screw here and you have one screw here. Small little star-shaped head on them. Small little screwdriver required. Hope you have one of those handy. Take the screw out, put it to one side, and do the same on the other side. Okay. Now, this shell has, as I say, it's got two anchor points here and here. But what it has, it's got a groove on one side and there's a lip on the other side. And the actual shell is made of polycarbonate, so that it's a perfect circle basically. But if you actually flex it, if you push down hard on it, you're going to flex the shell and it's actually going to pop apart. It's very, very straightforward. You can't break it. I mean, you could break it if you rode over with a truck, for example, but you're certainly not going to break it with your hands. So basically, there's one little thing you have to do before you actually start the process. You can imagine that the axle of the rotor here is running from this point to this point. It's running through the center of the rotor. You can possibly see it there in the camera. You can just, it's a sort of a solid steel bar running across diagonally like that. Make sure that it's not, the tips aren't pointing up into the little holes that we're going to start. We're actually going to be starting to actually press down on in a second. This will be very clear in a moment. Make sure that the axle is not pointing up into one of those holes, because what's going to happen is that when you're actually putting your weight down on the shell, you're going to be pointing down, you're going to be pushing down on top of the axle, and you could cause some damage to the axle. And you also won't be successful at opening the actual ball. So I'm going to suggest you turn the axle very slightly so the axle tip is here. Here's where you're going to be pushing down, the axle tip is here, away from that point, okay? And the same on the other side. So you take this little empty hole here, and you put it down onto a hard surface. And that is going to, the other one is on the opposite side. This is at the 6 o'clock position, this is at the 12 o'clock position. The axle is now turned away from there. You're going to get the palm of your hand, and literally you are going to press down hard. You're going to literally just press down on that point hard against a solid surface. Now, I don't know if you heard it there, and if you can actually see it there, the shell is after coming apart very, very slightly. What you've done is you've compressed the shell down, and it's after flexing, and it's after disengaging the actual, the lip from the sort of the groove that's in the shell. Now, if it did it properly, yes it did. Now, I can just catch it with my fingers and pull it apart. It only takes a small little bit of flex to actually disengage the whole thing. I'm just going to close it again. Put it down on one of the empty screw holes, or to be truthful, you can put it anywhere, but it's good to have an anchor point. Put it down there, and literally right in the actual middle of the shell, the circumference, you get the palm of your hand, the soft part of your hand, and you push down hard. And you're basically flexing the shell apart, and pops. And that's it. Nothing's going to come springing out, or nothing's going to come flying out. You just open it up gently, pull it apart. That's as I say, you can't see the little groove in there, but there's a lip here and there's a groove there, and that's the two of them engaged together. So take the rotor, lift it out. So this is the rotor support band. There's a perfect frictional relationship between this plastic material and the plastic material of the shell. If that gets disrupted in any way, then your Powerball will stop operating. So we get customers actually contacting us and say, well, look, I got this Powerball 2 days ago and I'm well able to use it. I was using it yesterday, it was perfect, but suddenly it just stopped. And it's faulty, I want to send it back. you don't have to. These things are very, very robust. They're very resilient. What's likely after happening 99.99% of the time is that something's after managing to get in there, and it's after disrupting the perfect frictional balance, harmony, or relationship between this shell and that. God forbid you'd ever oil your Powerball, but if you do, it's goosed altogether, because the oil completely destroys it. Some people say, well, my Powerball was sounding a bit rough, I just put some oil in it. That's it, you're gone. Oil is very, very hard. You got to take, well, what you got to do in that case, take the counter out. The counter just pushes out, basically just clipped in with two little anchors. Take that counter out. You got to get the shell. You got to take the rotor support band off. Again, it's very, very simple to do. You just catch it and you pull it gently out so that it disengages. Now there's a little washer there. Make sure you don't lose that washer. You make sure you remember which side it came off. That's a little circular washer. And you can do the same on this side. Again, there's a washer there. So you can take that. You can put the actual rotor to one side. So what you'll end up with is a whole series of plastic components that can be put into some soapy water and washed. If you manage to, or if you've actually done the dangerous thing of oiling your Powerball, you gotta get that oil off. Anything that's going to disrupt that lovely frictional relationship between the actual plastic parts has to be gotten off the ball. So anyway, that was just showing you how easy it is to actually take the rotor support band off. So putting it back on again, it's fairly straightforward. Just locate it again in there. Get your little washer, put it back on the top, stretch the band over, and it's back. You're back in business. So oil is the extreme. Generally it's going to be fluff and it's going to be plastic dust, because depending on how you use your Powerball, if your technique isn't so good, every time you use it, you can actually it can leave a very fine layer of plastic dust inside the ball. What you want to do is every month you want to open your Powerball up and you want to give it a quick little dust down with a nice soft gentle wipe down with a nice soft cloth. If you want to make that cloth damp, so be it, but it's not necessary. It's only plastic dust, and you're trying to actually clean the entire inside, but paying particular attention to the platform on which the actual rotor support band is sitting. Okay, and it's got to be nice and sort of, there's got to be a little bit of bite between the two of those. So once you've it all cleaned up, or maybe if you've just opened the ball because there was a cord stuck in it. By the way, when you're starting Powerball, and you probably know this already, you always got to pull the cord straight out. Don't pull it at an angle, left or right or up or down, because it'll actually can snag, the tip of the cord can snag in the hole of the rotor. You don't want that. So anyway, everything is done. Ball is in perfect condition. Again, just catch it and join together. Again, won't come apart. Get your little screws. The screw goes in there. Clumsy. Now, you could in theory leave the screws out. They're sort of cosmetic, but if you're spinning at 13, 14, 15,000 RPMs, a lot of force is being developed inside the ball. It's good to have those things there. They anchor the two shell halves together. The counter just goes back on the way it came off. Just snap it in place. Grip band, there's a small little ridge inside there, and there's a small little groove there. The two of them marry up nicely. And there. And one other thing, the grip band. Take that grip band and give it a good wash. Again, and under hot water and some soap, because the grip bands, as you can just imagine, this kind of stuff that's on your hand, the kind of gunk and grease and stuff that gets on your hand, that gets onto the grip band. The grip band gets all slippery and it doesn't grip the ball very well, and actually gets oily, and oil can actually get into the ball through contamination from the grip band. We recommend you give that grip band a good wash, nice hot water with some soap, and that's it. And so that's our video tutorial guide for how to open and how to service and clean out or free a trap cord from your 250Hz Powerball model. If you have any questions on anything you've seen in the video, or if you want to get in touch with us, email us on help@powerballs.com. You can also visit powerballs.com/start. There's a whole selection of videos there that'll maybe you'll find of use. Or if you just want to get in touch, info@powerballs.com, or just drop us a line, say hello. And again, thank you as always for your consideration of our products. You're our customers, and as I say, without you, we wouldn't be doing any of these, and we wouldn't have our business. We greatly appreciate it.